All right, guys, Bitcoin $45,000 and your altcoins not doing too much. What did we talk about the last week or last couple of days? We said Bitcoin will probably be going up a little bit, waiting for that ETF, but altcoins not so much. I mean, I guess you could say altcoins are up a little bit. Solana went down to $88. I was very tempted to pick some up last night, but I didn't because I hate it. I hate Solana. It has to go lower, but that's pretty big dump. That's like a 30-some% dump for Solana. Now we're back up to $94. Cardano 51 cents. XRP still hanging out 57. I mean, not too much to talk about. Pretty much we're at where we were yesterday, other than we had like a $500-600 pump in Bitcoin. A lot of people are attributing that to a short squeeze. Also, there's ETF hype. Now people are saying the ETF is definitely getting approved on Wednesday. Yawn. We've heard this before. Jay Clayton on CNBC again, still, talking about how it's inevitable. Here's old Jay. We love Jay.
Is the SEC going to sign off on a Bitcoin ETF, you think?
I think approval is inevitable. And
imminently?
And I think there's nothing left to decide. I know. And I credit the SEC for where they are. Where are we? We're comfortable with the disclosure. Joe just went through the cost of investing in a Bitcoin ETF. People need to know what the cost of doing it is. They need to know, about the underlying Bitcoin market. Is the Bitcoin underlying trading market something that is what I would say is robust enough, efficacious enough, where you can rely on it? It is much better today than it was 5 years ago. 5 years ago, there was wash sales, there was laddering, there was all sorts of things that you wouldn't want to make available to the general public because of that risk. And the last thing, and I think this is missed, is the technology to actually provide the product, the custodying, the create, the redeem. This is a big step, not just for Bitcoin, but for finance generally. If you can digitize, tokenize underlying assets and trade that way, that's a potential significant change across finance, not just in the crypto space.
But you think Bitcoin ETF approval is coming and imminent?
Yeah, well? I do. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Man, like I said in my video yesterday, could you imagine if this guy was still in, if Donald Trump got reelected in 2020 and this guy was still in, we'd have an ETF approval probably 2 years ago. We'd probably be talking about an Ethereum ETF right now. Man, elections have consequences. That's all I got to say. Hopefully they bring this guy back when Trump gets reelected. And yes, I do think Trump's getting reelected. So yeah, that's the ETF news. I think we're kind of getting a pump. Everybody's talking about Wednesday now. We're getting it Wednesday. I saw Bitboy. Man, this guy, he is a fucking mess. He's talking about going to DC to lobby for the ETF. I guess that means he's going to go to DC and probably hold a sign outside of the government offices talking about how they have to approve the ETF, which will probably do the complete opposite. Like if there's any regulator debating, should we do it? Put yourself, imagine you're a regulator and you're like, you know what? I'm just not sure. I'm like, you're at the point where you're just going to flip a coin and it's going to decide because you're just not too sure if you want to approve it. And then you look out your window and you see Bitboy holding a sign, approve the ETF or whatever the hell. You'd probably be talking shit about these politicians. And you look at Bitboy out there and you're just like, oh, fuck. No, we're not approving this. Look at this guy out there. No. We got, so that's, everything Ben Armstrong does. He's like one of these guys. He reminds me of? He reminds me of, if you guys ever saw the movie,
Takes a little bit of
I had to pause to think about it because I kept thinking he reminds me of Chris Farley and Tommy Boy, but I'm like, no, there's the other movie that's kind of like Tommy Boy where he's working for his brother who's trying to get into politics, and I had to look it up, and it's that movie Black Sheep. If this guy is not just like Ben Armstrong, because I do think Ben Armstrong is good-natured, but doesn't this remind you of Ben Armstrong?
What's the Marquis doing here? His heart is in the right place. Unfortunately, the rest of him never is. Oh my God! find someone
Then I am your man.
to keep him under control.
Okay, good first day.
I want you to do exactly as I tell you.
Yeah, okay, keep talking.
Anyway, that's kind of how I think of Ben Armstrong. Like, he has good intentions, but in the end, he's just going to make a muck of it. So him going to D.C. today, let's see what he says. Today I'm going to attempt to go to do something nobody's been able to do, from the Winklevoss twins to Cathie Wood, the BlackRock. No one has been able to get a Bitcoin ETF approved. Today I'm heading to D.C. to push this thing over the finish line. I guess he's trying to do like a little skit thing where he knows it's going to be approved on Wednesday. So he's going to go today and hold up some signs, and then when it gets approved on Wednesday, he's going to take credit for it. I mean, probably as a joke, but still, anything he does could actually backfire, this whole Bitcoin ETF thing. So Ben, come on, man. Just stay home. Just stay home. Don't go. What else do I want to talk about? I want to talk about briefly about Hex. I see every other coin is down like 100%. Every other altcoin's down like 20 or 30%. And Pulse Chain's up 20 and Hex is up 10. Now, look, Hex is still doing nothing. It's still very low and it's still a joke. But I just want to let you guys know, we were talking about Hex last week, telling you guys it's probably the time to buy it if you're a believer, because it's probably going to 10-20x from here by the end of summer. And I stick by that, guys. I mean, unless something crazy happens, Richard Hart goes to jail or whatever. You know, these coins that have some fundamentals, they don't have great fundamentals. They have some fundamentals. They have a group of people investing. They have people. They have they have investors, thousands of investors who are into Hex. They're always posting on Reddit and YouTube and wherever the hell. They have a community. You have to have a community. You have a founder. I just can't see it going to zero. So I didn't buy any, but it looks like, well, everything else is down 30%. Hex and Pulse Chain are up, which I found to be interesting. And Rand Nooner talking about how, a lot of people are talking about, oh, get out of your altcoins now, go into Bitcoin, which is the stupidest thing you could ever do. That's like what all the dumb money's doing. He's just talking about how probably this altcoin dump might go a little bit lower, but it's just a buying opportunity.
Pretty clear if true or not. And then if it gets denied, obviously we're going down. Everyone knows that it's going down. I don't even want to think about that scenario because I think it's so unlikely. But where are we? We need to try and understand where we're at. I said this to you guys before. The ETF approval was a trade. That trade is now coming to an end. In the next 48, maybe 60 hours, that ETF approval trade is finished. It's coming to an end. The clock is finished in that trade. And that trade has to unwind. And we have to go into the next trade. And there's, as I said, there's multiple next trades. It could be Solana Futures ETF. It could be the ETH spot ETF. I don't know what the next trade is going to be. We'll talk about what it could be. But ultimately, we're coming to the end of the trade. We've been talking about this trade now for 206 days. It's finished now, and we're going on to the next trade. That's the first thing. The second thing is, I said before that I was feeling uncomfortable because there was too much leverage in the altcoin market. And we kept looking at this chart over here, and I kept saying to you guys, when I look at this chart over here, and let's put on the weekly, I said I was feeling very, very, very uncomfortable when the leverage on the altcoins was high up here. And I said, look, I would be more comfortable if the leverage got to these levels, about 7. After today's or this weekend's flash out, we're on 8.63. That's getting very, very, very close to my complete reset of leverage.
Anyway, so I agree with that. We needed a flush out of altcoins I was talking about for the last couple of weeks. We got it. We could go down a little bit farther, maybe another 15, 20%, maybe another 10%, maybe another 5%. I really don't know. But a lot of these coins actually did dump pretty hard, like I said. Oh, also, it's kind of funny. I like how people are kind of on the Rand Nooner now. Like this one guy says, when does the Solana shill start? I swear to God, I listened to his whole stream when I was running. He only mentioned Solana once just to talk about it, how it's down with a bunch of other coins. but there's no shilling Solana, which makes me think, I'm wondering if he is just waiting to buy more Solana at $70, $75. Been talking about this for the last week. I do think he probably dumped most of his Solana, and also the venture capitals did, but I think they're going to buy back in if we get lower. And Solana did go down to $88 yesterday. I think I mentioned that earlier. So pretty good pump up so far. So I don't know. I just feel like once you see Rand Nooner start shilling Solana again, start talking about it, that's when you know the big money has gotten back into it. All right, what else I want to talk about? A little bit of Cardano before we wrap things up. Cardano up 100% in trading volume. Can't beat that. As Cardano price eyes recovery, Cardano token roars with 100% surge in trading volume. And don't forget, also TVL on Cardano is at all-time highs. Cardano's native token has witnessed a remarkable surge in trading volume, skyrocketing over 100% within the last 24 hours, as reported by CoinGlass data. This surge in Cardano trading activity has propelled the total turnover to exceed an impressive 900 million. Very, very nice. Cardano surges 245% ahead of Ethereum in development raise. Look, guys, Cardano is going to kill Ethereum in this bull market. There's like Ethereum is so boring. Like, if I had all my money in Ethereum right now, I would take all of it out. Like, maybe if you're holding Ethereum right now, you'll get a 2x. Because that would mean, what, $6,000 Ethereum? Or $6,500, $7,000? Maybe you'll get a 2.5x. Like, you might as well be in the stock market. From Cardano's prices right now, you're getting the 15, 20x. Guaranteed. You got my stamp of approval on it, but probably not till the end of the summer, going until October. All right, guys, that's pretty much it. Not too much going on. All the sheep are waiting for the ETF approval. They're just like sitting there watching CNBC, just waiting for the ETF approval. And at that point, we'll probably get $1,000 pump in Bitcoin. Probably not so much in altcoins. Maybe they'll go up another 5%. This is mainly a Bitcoin run. Then we're gonna pull back. Then we're gonna pull back in Bitcoin. Probably go sideways for a little bit. Then the alts are gonna go make their next leg up. And that will be getting closer to the halving, and then we kind of fly from there. So very easy at this point, common sense, nothing to see here if you know what's going on. This isn't the time to be trading out of altcoins. This is the time to be buying altcoins at a good, decent price. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I kind of wish I even bought a little bit of Solana yesterday at $88, but I think it's probably going to go lower. I just can't bring myself to do it. So I'm just kind of chilling out, waiting for lower prices, making my YouTube videos, and waiting for end of summer when I'm probably going to be cashing out. Okay, guys, like and subscribe. Talk to you later.